Hey guys, this is Shashank Barthwal. I'm a cybersecurity researcher at CloudSEK and the person who created this challenge. And in this video, we'll be seeing how to solve this challenge. So it was a pretty basic challenge which was based on a local file inclusion attack and PHP wrappers, the concept of PHP wrappers. So let's get started. When you first visit the URL, uh, you are presented with this screen, and there's a source code in there which you have to analyze in order to solve this challenge. So let's analyze it. So first, it contains a function called contains substring, and as the name suggests, we already know what it does, right? It checks whether or not the string 1 contains any occurrence of string 2. If it contains, it will return true, otherwise false. So what we are doing is, first we are getting the value of xvigil parameter from URL and storing it in a variable called page, then checking whether that variable contains var www.html, and also for the dot dot slash dot dot. So what this condition is checking is whatever path we are passing in the xvigil parameter, xvigil argument in the URL, it must contain var www.html and should not contain any dot dot slash dot dot. And if we followed both of these conditions, the file will be included, and that means you will see the output of that file or whatever that file contains. So the first we will pass any simple value in the xvigil parameter like etc password, and we can't see any data because we haven't followed these conditions, right? We have to follow two conditions here, that the path must contain this and should not contain this. uh, the very first trick that we can use is, or you must have used in other CTFs as well, is var www.html dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash etc password, right? But it will also not work here due to this filter. So what should we do in this case? So the technique that is being used here is, you know, you will come across it only when you have done some CTFs. I mean, it's a pretty new technique for us too. It is based on PHP wrappers, but in a special way. Uh, so, in my opinion, this CTF resembles with some realistic scenarios too. For let's say you have found a local file inclusion vulnerability in some website and you reported it to the developers, and those developers who might be unaware of how to turn it off, will try to implement a work around it. They will try to check that, okay, if file is being included, any arbitrary file is being included, then we should first check if that file is contained in this directory. So they will check that path for this value, and to disallow that directory traversal so that you cannot open any other directory, they will disallow dot dot slash dot dot, right? But there is a way in PHP wrappers to pass that or to bypass that, and it is PHP filter, and you can pass the variable string here, that random string here, var www html. Then you can write resource equals to whatever file you want to open, let's say etc password, and the file is printed. Okay, so now we know how to bypass this filter and how to include any arbitrary file. So what file we are looking for here? I mean, the flag file, right? So where do we find the flag? So if you will check the source code of this application, you will find a comment down below that, hey Jared, you will find a flag inside your home. So you might be getting a straight idea that the username is Jared, and the flag.txt is located inside its home directory, right? So let's read that up. Home Jared flag.txt, and here's the flag, and you need to submit this flag in the link which is shown here. So it was a pretty straightforward challenges, as you can see, and it was a pretty new trick for me too. We were inspired by try one of the try hack me challenges, and we decided to create this CTF because I think it's a trick that might be useful in many realistic scenarios as well. So I really hope you enjoyed this challenge, and thank you for watching.